Corey Davis signs with the Jets, and the question, of course, is, well, a young wide receiver with talent, signing with a Jets team where the quarterback situation is obviously not one that's settled, and he kind of hinted that, oh, no, Sam's the quarterback. Did that catch you by surprise, and did you imagine Joe Douglas was somewhere off camera going, shh, don't give it away?
No, my guess is not. But Bart, I would answer your question with a question, which is, when a guy like Corey Davis, who has options, I would assume there are other teams that were interested.
Yep.
When he's meeting with the Jets, is he asking who's the quarterback going to be, and are they answering it honestly? Which is to say, does he actually know what their plans are?
I believe that that's the first question. That's the most natural question, right? When I was a defensive player, when I came here, the second time I went, I wanted to know, the first thing I wanted to know, what defense are we running, right? What system are we running? Because I felt better in a different system. I remember going out to Cleveland, and Romeo Cornell was like, hey, Bart. Well, I'm sorry. I can't help it because he sounds like Kermit the Frog to me. But anyway, he always said, how do you feel playing in front of the guards, in an odd front? And I'm like, I really don't want to wrestle with guards all day, right? I want to have the ability to be able to scrape. So absolutely, to answer your question, the first thing you're asking is, who's going to be throwing me the ball? What type of system are we going to be in? Is it going to be a West Coast system? Is it going to be like the run and shoot system, the air raid system? So I believe that they gave him insurances. I believe that he kind of let the cat out the bag a little bit too early, and I think he gave a peek behind the curtain about what the Jets are going to be going forward.
So that's the opposite of the answer I was expecting. So that takes the conversation for me in an entirely different direction. It actually changes the beginning of Get Up also. Because what you're telling me then is you perceive that to mean the Jets are planning on keeping Sam Darnold as their quarterback this year.
Or they told him, you know what, we're going to give you Sam Darnold or something better.
Okay, yeah. So that's then a very long-winded way of my winding back to your question, Alan, which is, I have believed now for some time the Jets are going to draft Zach Wilson, number 2 in this draft, the quarterback out of BYU, and we'll see what winds up happening with Sam. He'll get traded to some place. I don't know what that place is. I mean, for his sake, I would love to see it be someplace like San Francisco or Pittsburgh, where he could sit for a year and learn behind someone and try and resurrect a career that has been largely destroyed by the complete dysfunction of the Jets franchise. But that is what I think is going to happen. I think Zach Wilson is going to be the quarterback of the Jets week 1 of 2021.
And that's what Mel Kiper Jr. just put in his 3.0 mock, is that. Originally, all along, it has been they're going to trade out of 2. I know this is the first time in 40 years he's putting trades into his mocks, but because that usually is happening, 4 quarterbacks going in the first 4 picks. But the second pick normally was where the draft begins, because we all know the first pick, put it in Sharpie, it's not going anywhere. Second pick, now the draft begins, and the Jets would be that team with all the cards. Okay, trade out like Bart has been talking about all along. Trade out, build up your franchise. That's a valuable pick at number 2. Any team that wants it will get the quarterback they want. You have Sam, you buy some time. But now it's, if Zach Wilson, who has his pro day on Friday, impresses everybody, and it's a pro day. I don't know if you heard when we had Kiper on, him just blasting pro days, which is hysterical. It was hilarious. But it's whatever happens there could change everything. But the feeling of going to another young quarterback, starting over again, with a guy that is a bit of a relative unknown, while you have a guy you kind of know, just from a fan perspective, is that, like, do you have any cause for pause about something like that, knowing, like, here we go again, another guy, start over, and we really don't have a lot of tape on him at BYU other than what he did last year?
Do I have cause for pause?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yes.
Well,
you're a Jets fan.
Anyone in their right mind has cause for pause. The overwhelming upside of it is, and I've grown to start hating this expression because it's now so overused, but the restarting of the rookie salary clock. Which is to say, you get 3 seasons of extremely inexpensive tryout, which we've just had with Sam Darnold. Look, I'm old enough to remember when Sam Darnold was the guy they traded up for, and he was going to be the future and all the rest of that. So, but that's all you can't. That's a sunken cost. There's nothing you can do about that part of it anymore. At the end of the day, that's the biggest upside, is that you don't have to make a decision 1 year from now whether or not you're going to pay huge money to keep Sam Darnold. You get to make that decision right now, and there are no quarterbacks, or only one quarterback, who projects to be a first-round pick next season. So if you're going to get your quarterback of the future, I think that the conventional wisdom in the NFL is this is the draft to do it.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.